My name is Chef Selma and welcome to another Growing Chefs video. Let's talk about food waste. Please make sure that you have a notebook or a blank piece of paper and a pen or pencil with you for this video. There are some tips in this video that are applicable to you and some that might be more relevant for the person or people who manage the kitchen and do most of the cooking in your house. If they are around, maybe ask them to watch this video with you so you can take some time to talk about it after. What is food waste? Food waste is defined by the United Nations as food that completes the food supply chain up to a final product of good quality and fit for consumption, but still doesn't get consumed because it is discarded, whether or not after it is left to spoil or expire. So what we're talking about here is a full-grown vegetable or a fully prepared meal that didn't make it into your or anyone's mouth, but instead somehow got thrown out. So currently around 30% of all the food grown on farms around the entire world is wasted. That's 3 out of every 10 things. That's 1/3 of what our farmers put energy and care into, 1/3 of the water we use to grow things, 1/3 of what the earth produces and is ready for us to eat never reaches a person's stomach. If we look at only Canada, that number is likely higher. A report from 2019 done by Second Harvest states that from what is grown in Canada, 58% is likely wasted. That is almost 6 out of 10 things. That's more than half. Now, why is food waste bad? Let me give you some of my examples. Wasting food is unfair to the farmer. If you've ever grown some veggies, you know it takes time and effort and love, and it is very sad and kind of disrespectful if something you grow ends up in someone's compost for no reason. A second reason is that to grow food, you need lots of resources. We use lots of water to grow food, lots of people power, and sometimes electrical power, think of greenhouses, to grow food. It takes lots of gas to move food around and all sorts of other resources that are wasted alongside the food when food waste happens. So those were just 2 of my examples of why food waste is a thing that should be prevented. So please maybe take a couple of minutes with your sheet or your notebook to write out some ideas of the downsides of wasting foods. You can think of other ones than that I said and see what you can come up with. The next thing we want to look at is how does food waste happen? There are many points in the journey from field to table for a food item to become wasted. Waste can happen at the farm, it can happen in storage, in transit, or at the store. But for today, let's focus on ways in which food waste happens in the home. Conveniently, this is also the place where it is easiest for you to help prevent this kind of waste from happening. We can take active steps to help reduce food waste in the home. So let me start by saying that the best way to reduce food waste is to learn how to cook. If you know how to make a delicious thing out of that bunch of sad greens in the back of the fridge, you are very well equipped to rescue that sad bunch of greens from the compost. So that's step 1. Now let's look a little bit closer at the journey that food takes to and in your house and where we can prevent it from getting lost. This one is shopping. 2 things I'd like to say about this. It is good to buy things in season. We've talked about this in a different video, but it is always good to buy things when they are at their best. They will taste better, they will be better for you and for the planet, and they are less likely to go bad quickly. And 2, don't go shopping hungry, and make a list. You are way more likely to buy too many things and waste them if you shop hungry or without a plan. Boring. Improper storage is the main reason food gets lost in the home. Things that can help are storing things in the right place at the right temperature and keeping an eye on when things are about to go bad and eating them before that happens. Potatoes should be kept in the dark. If you have a bag of avocados, keep one out in the fruit bowl next to the bananas at a time and make sure the rest is in the fridge. Make sure you can see the back of your pantry so you don't forget about that box of cookies for like a year, which would be sad for more than one reason. All of these things will help. I have a little box in the fridge that has an Eat Me First sticker on it, so I don't forget it to go for that last couple of my strawberries before they go bad. And finally, let's talk about cooking. Like I said earlier, learning how to cook is the best way to reduce food waste. Knowing your ingredients, like which part of a beet or a carrot are edible. Spoiler, it's all of them. Being creative with your ingredients, like making a crunchy snack out of squash seeds. Preparing your ingredients in a way that doesn't waste anything, like saving herb stems for other uses, or cutting bell peppers in a way that doesn't waste any flesh. Knowing how to deal with different levels of ripeness, like fresh kale goes in a salad, sad kale goes in a smoothie. And learning some fun tricks like keeping your veggie scraps in a bag in the freezer to make stock. These things all go a long way and all have to do with cooking skill, knowledge, and experience. You have to start somewhere, right? So you can start with any and all of these things in your house. Thank you for watching this video and for learning more with me about food waste. I know it's a subject that can be a little bit sad to learn about, but please remember that there are many fun and delicious things that you can do in your household to help reduce food waste. For learning more about this topic, I'd like to invite you to discuss this video with each other, with a family member, or with a friend. To make a plan on how you can reduce food waste in your home and to do some research. There is lots of information available online about food waste. Googling terms such as household food waste or food waste in Canada will help you with your understanding. Please make sure to check the sources of your information and assess if they are trustworthy. Visiting a website called lovefoodhatewaste.ca will help you lots with your research, and it has lots of great tips on preventing food waste in the home. Happy learning, and see you next time.